In my last TV station rat spot video, I showed you quite a few spots that you might not have known. In this video, I'm going to show you some more. If you guys are new, make sure to like on this video, subscribe to the channel. Both those things really do help me a ton. First spot is risky business, if I'm being honest, but it is a very worth it. It's a very risky, very high reward type of spot because you are completely out in the center, but you can also sit right here and pick people off from the window, pick people off from 3 different balcony angles all around the map. And it is also kind of a glitch spot in my opinion because you're not really supposed to get up here. It's a mini hidden ledge, and also it flings you off if you lean the wrong way and kind of look the wrong way. So it is weird, but it is also a very useful spot. Next spot is even more risky business because you are even more exposed in this spot, I think. But if you know there's no teams behind you, this is a spot where you get into it in that scenario. If there's a spot like if there's a team in treatment and there's no teams left behind you, this is when you get in this spot. And this can be very useful to pick people off coming outside of treatment or trying to peek treatment or things like that. They're not going to expect you to peek behind these boxes. They're not even going to know you're able to get behind these boxes unless they watch this video. Next spot is right outside of the interview room. It's basically going into the interview room. If you get on this ledge on the second floor and then jump off over to this little metal railing, you can actually jump on top of it. And this is very useful if you're trying to 1, do a jump shot, or 2, do a jump nade of some sort. And if there's somebody chilling trying to hit that safe right there, you'll be able to jump and at least pick up information for your teammates to go in and get the kill. Next spot is going outside of interview into setup. It's kind of a 4-parter spot. You can sit in any of these corners and any of these will be very viable options. You can also sit in the bush. In this room, all of these will keep you decently hidden. You're not going to be fully hidden or anything like that, but they are useful spots if you're trying to run away from a squad and you need to get into a quick spot where you can hide out. Any of these 4 corners will do you justice. The one I like the most is probably getting on top of the taller wooden thing that is 165, but any of them are useful. Next spot is in the setup area. You can get on top of this ledge and then jump over into this little bush area thing. I was going to throw this in the last video, but I didn't want to really risk it because I was still new to TV. I didn't want to like just jump and break my legs or something like that and then die to an enemy that was ratting right there. But this is a spot that you can get to, and it is very good for trying to pick people off that are camping in that room 155 right there, because they'll run in and then they'll run directly left. You'll be able to get them if they do that still, if you use this spot. Next spot is a spot and a shortcut. Huge shout out to Dylan for showing me this. I think he said he saw it from Kiwi. This is in the warehouse area, and you can get on this forklift and then get all the way up on top of these boxes, and this is really high up. This is a nasty rat spot in and of itself, but if you want to take it one step further, you can then jump from these boxes to these other boxes and use this as a shortcut to actually get around to the extract. This is an absolute pro tactic, and it can be very useful, especially if you're trying to save some time. If the extract is only like 40 seconds and you don't have that much time to loop around, you can possibly get on top of these boxes and do a quick shortcut. Next spot is in the actual warehouse, and there's a bit of a 2-parter. You can get on top of these little crates, cameras, little speaker things all around this little setup area. You can use these spots to your advantage. If you know a team is coming in from setup, or if a team's coming in from treatment, you can kind of set up here and just wait for them to run in. Next spot is in directors. This is one of the most famous spots in the entire map. If you get on these little shelves right here and then run all the way to this corner, you can have an easy angle on the door to the west and also to the north. I've died to people probably 2 or 3 different times in this spot, even expecting them to be in the spot. It's just kind of hard to see them because there's a picture right there, and there's also a bush that you're hiding in. So this is a very nasty spot, and it does definitely work. You can also get on these filing cabinets and get in this little corner right here. This is a very dark corner, so it is hard to see you in here. It's more useful for the door going west, but you still can pick people off that run in from the door north. Next spot is back at warehouse, and if you didn't know, you can actually jump on these forklifts, and you can also go prone on these forklifts and camp it out. Wait for people to run in to try and extract here. This is a risky spot because you have 3 different angles in which you can be killed from, but there's also 3 different angles in which you can get killed from, and people are definitely not going to be expecting someone to just be chilling up here. So next spot is in the hall, kind of going from post-production to interview. You can get on these boxes and sit right here and get a nasty angle down going to the first floor to directors. You can also get an angle going to setup as well, and this is a bit of a spot that is out in the open, so it's not as crazy, but still can definitely provide use, especially if someone's trying to peek through the window south on the first floor right there. Be a very useful spot for that instance. This is another spot where you're kind of out in the open, but it is a unique spot. It's a bit of an unusual spot, if you want to call it that, but it's in the kitchen of the interview room. If you get on these boxes and then try to jump onto these shelves, you can actually get on the shelves and kind of hold this angle for the first floor and the second floor right there for the recording room. This is not the most useful spot or anything. This is more just a cool spot I wanted to throw in here, because it is unusual to get here, but you can do it. So but it also is kind of technically a RAS spot if you want to consider it one. Last couple spots are, again, right back outside of the interview room. You can get on these metal poles as well right here that are right next to the other metal pole spot. If you also get back on this ledge on the second floor, you can also jump to the speakers that are kind of hanging off. This is a very useful spot because you can crouch and use the little ledge or railing and use it as cover. The thing that sucks is you can't mantle back over, so you're kind of here and then you have to drop down, but there are multiple speakers right here, so you can kind of use multiple of these spots wherever you know the best setup would be, and then kind of go from there. With that though, that is going to wrap this video. If you guys are new, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Both those things really do made a ton. Let me know what RAS spots you guys want to see for what map next. Did just either post an armory video or I'm posting it soon. With that though, I'm going to head out. Have a good rest of the day. Peace.